price of the colors, quantities, everything.
So they know what is in the warehouse, and you can just look what is the color you want and the texture you want, and you can order from this.
With curtaining also.
And the curtaining. Oh, this is very convenient, huh?
It's very convenient.
I remember when coming to visit you and just have a coffee and waiting for my goods and my ordering. That was very convenient and easy to order from you people. One thing I just want to know, to show while I'm here, is the wonderful range you have in the school text. In the school
Well, we are
text
specializing, it's a specialized business that is all 100% local. The
Local.
plain and the prints we cater for various schools. These are uniform material
It's
that
uniform.
is made in South Africa for South African schools.
and all the schools. And wonderful. You see this kind of market. It is endless in the school line of manufacturing. Am I right? I've heard the cuckoo said that there was a manufacturer in Kimberley of the school garments or something that closed down, and there is
There is a
huge
niche. I might tell you something.
Yeah.
In Botswana, the government is encouraging its local citizens by giving them some financial aid. They give them an order for X amount of fabric. They give them an order to buy a machine. They call that some kind of program of assistance.
program of assistance.
Now that program of assistance, we as wholesalers are guaranteed our money from the government.
Oh, I see.
So what they do is they give us that order copy. The moment we submit to them, they say they want the following items. They have taken the samples from us, sent it to the government department, and they have approved it. It's small,
Oh,
5,000,
I see.
3,000,
Okay.
6,000.
But the government is supporting
No, then we send them an invoice.
to
We
the
say-
government.
well, we send it to the client, and the
Okay,
client then
yeah.
takes it in.
Submits.
And we give them a pro forma invoice to say this is the value. And they get a draft or a check from the government.
That's that
They
drop.
send to us and we send the goods to them. So there is assistance for the citizen and it's guaranteed payment for us. Because we don't do any credit business because that's a risk.
Very
So
big risk.
that kind of assistance, if you are trying to assist smaller people, this might be a route to go. I think they call it
It's grants.
it's
It's
grants.
a grant,
And then
yeah.
they make easy payments. They've created an industry now, all the school uniform business. They have also encouraged the schools to do small runs with small new upcoming entrepreneurs.
Yes, yeah.
And they in turn are also lifting themselves. Which I
see.
think is a good way.
Yeah.
So it's normally not big, it's between 3,000 and 5,000. But at least it's a start.
it's
And
a
then
start,
as they
yeah.
grow and they say that they've paid their money back to the government, they're getting bigger contracts.
Yeah, and the thing is with this, as you have mentioned, that all of these prints are schools
100%
throughout South
school.
Africa.
Yes.
So you can now invest in this. It's an investment. If you can supply your community or your school in this, there is a market for this.
Yes,
You
most
can go.
of- most
There's
of
a, and you have all the
And they have the planes
planes
as well.
that goes with this as well. Very good quality. I used to buy it for many years myself for our company. There's all of the school colors, planes, which you can buy, and it's really reasonable. May I mention this?
Yes, you can.
It's 23 Rand 99, and it's 150 wide. It's very good quality.
There is
I call
another
it school
quality
tech.
as well that we sell for 40.
And medical wear, they also use this. I used to buy this for medical. It's just a wonderful quality.
There's another quality,
there's I remember the other one.
$14.99 as well.
Yes, $14.99. Wonderful. Mr. Mohammed, I just want to say thank you very much for having this interview with you. It helps a lot, and we want to motivate the students out there, the new entrepreneur, the young entrepreneur, and even those who have, as we've mentioned, there are those people who have enrolled into college, technicons and whatever, and you've just completed, and now where from now? What do they do? You are here to support. There's a wonderful opportunity out there. The sky is actually the limit, am I right?
Most certainly.
Most certainly. Thank you very much,
You're welcome.
Mr. Mohammed.
Thank you very
So,
much.
here at Ease Milliners, and we would like to welcome Anton Ease, the director and the owner of Ease Millinery. Anton, if you can just tell us more about your business, it's a wonderful place. I remember I started buying here, say 16 years ago, and I love to come here and spend hours between this lovely, magnificent feathers and sequins and motifs and whatever. I usually spend more hours than budgeted and bargained for at your business. Look at all the beautiful motifs and feathers. It's all for dance wear and for matric wear as well. Dancing studios. Anton, tell me, who is your biggest clientele, or the biggest percentage of clients that's coming to buy from you? Who's the industry you cater for?
Well, I would say mainly fashion designers.
Fashion designers?
And like people who design costumes for theatre and stage shows, ballroom dresses and this type of thing.
Yes.
Because we keep mainly trims, a lot of trims as you can see.
Trimmings.
And we have got like a lot of fabric as well, especially stretch fabrics.
All your
For
lycras.
sportswear and swimwear.
Okay.
So a lot of sportswear manufacturers buy from us as well,
I see.
because we've got the biggest range of that.
You've got the biggest
country.
range, is
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
And all I did see on your board there all
Yeah.
the latest ranges of
Of
prints.
prints. Mm.
Lovely, beautiful. Now your lycra is for your costumes and your manufacturers of all the costume wear and even dance wear. Your
Yeah.
ballroom lycra you use for your
Exactly.
ballroom gowns.
Yeah.
Anton, what I want to know is the lycra, is it locally manufactured?
Yes.
Not imported?
So, well, some of the prints are imported, and the more specialized ones, like the metallic lycras and so on, those are imported, but all the plain ones we get locally. And the local mills dye them for us into the colors we want.
Oh, I see.
And we're very happy with it.
Is it?
World class.
Wonderful. All the beads, and I would really suggest here is the most wonderful range of diamantes and trimmings and beads and all shimmery, shining stuff. Are these all imported?
These are all imported,
And the
yeah.
pearls and
Yeah,
all
the
of
pearls
the
are all imported as
rhinestones.
well.
All imported.
Yeah, the glass stones come from Austria mainly,
Austria.
which are the best quality in the world. And all the dress designers and the people that make wedding dresses use them.
Wedding
We
dresses.
sell a lot, and we've got a big range of them, as you can see. Yeah. Yeah, some you glue on, some you sew on, and then you've got others that go on strings.
On the strings. Is
Yeah, but they put them on the bridal veils, they put them
it? Is it?
all over here.
Okay. Now, Anton, when did you start this business? I know you are here for many, many years, but is it a family business? Where did it all start?
No, well, basically it is a family business, and we started, selling raw materials to the hat factories in
Hat?
1960.
Oh, yes, 60s was the hat era.
Yeah, it was a hat era. There were
yes.
lots of hats, and we were hat manufacturers as well.
Okay.
And what happened was that other people came and wanted to buy our fabric, like dress designers and like people who were doing stage shows,
Oh, yes.
because we had unusual type fabrics
Yes,
that
I
we were using
remember
for the
you
hats.
always had something different.
Yeah, we can still show you upstairs because we've still got some left,
Okay.
which is 1960, stock. Yeah.
Okay.
And from there on, we expanded into more like, fashion trims and all the things where we had a demand for. And our business grew into what you see today.
According to the demand.
Yeah.
So
Which is quite unusual
you
because we've got
you focused on what was the demand and that you actually supplied.
Yeah.
You left
Yeah.
those which was not in need, and you focused on the demand of the client.
Yeah.
You've got a wonderful range, Anton. Thank you very much
Pleasure.
for having a chat, and best of luck with your business, and we hope all of your new entrepreneurs, you're welcome. This is a wonderful shop to come and visit. Have some time, because this is not an in and out, and have extra money in the pocket. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
a good idea.
We are here at Bridal Wholesalers, and we will see whether we can have a word with Mac. At Bridal Wholesalers, as the word says, you buy all the lovely material, and we're looking for some material for Agnes as well, for a special day. So we'll be looking around here and have a word with Mac as well, the owner, and see what they have to offer. Come along with me. Hi, Julie. Young designers, which we want to give some more information regarding the industry and where they can go to, where they can learn, buy, who's the suppliers. We are now in Johannesburg. What is this area?
This is central town. This is the centre of Johannesburg.
And you are in
Main Street. I'm right by the Carlton Centre, half a block away from the
Carlton Centre. And have you always been here, Mac?
We've been here for the last 15 years, but we've been a family business for over 30 years.
Now do you hear? Again, a family business for 30 years. Mac, what we would like to know is who's your clients? What have you found during the last 5-10 years in the industry? What happened in the industry of garment making, designers? Did the ratio increase? Did it go down? Do we need more entrepreneurs? Do we need more designers? Where does your material, your beautiful selection come from?
Well, let me start off first of all, who I supply.
Yeah.
I supply first and foremost to the fancy, the designers that we know designers. I also supply to dressmakers. I also supply to small factories. I also supply to the larger factories. So there are quite a lot of people coming in here. Obviously, as the name says, we're a bridal place, but it's not only bridal. There's bridal, there's for retinues, there's for christenings. It's more for special occasions that the shop works, but obviously people walk in, even factories come in here and they say, you know, they're looking for something to make a specific statement. East from the various countries in the east. We get some of our fabric from Europe.
Now, what about all of these? The beautiful sequin gown.
These are mainly from,
Where does this come from?
this mainly comes from Europe.
Is it Europe?
This is imported from Europe
Beaded
and ready beaded, ready made.
Yeah, ready beaded.
Ready made, ready beaded. This is a lace. Let me get you a brocade, also imported from Europe.
That's the brocade.
A brocade. This is a two-sided brocade.
Why do we call it a brocade?
It's a brocade because we have a pattern in
That's
the
embossed.
actual fabric, which is embossed.
Embossed. On the
And
one
it's not,
side,
in other words, it's not over the fabric, it hasn't been appliqued. We haven't cut out another piece of fabric and appliqued it on here. It's actually embossed in it.
and on the
This
reverse
is
side,
on the
it will
reverse, you
show
get
the
the reverse.
I see.
Okay, so on the reverse you would get
Now
the
this
reverse
is also
side.
imported.
This is also imported.
Now what's local?
We get a lot of our linings local. We
The
try and get
satins?
some of our satins local, which we can get. Obviously, a lot of the mills supply overseas. A lot of the South African mills supply overseas. They obviously want the rand. I mean, they want the dollar.
Oh, they want the job.
Absolutely, we all work for the dollar.
Okay.
The other question you asked me
yes.
was what I think has happened in the last 5
Yes,
years. I
very
think it's
important.
very, very sad what's happened in the last 5 years. it's very, very sad, I think, what's happened in the last 5 years. A lot of the designing schools, or the established designing schools, have closed down.
Oh, yes.
I
why?
understand from many of their owners of the schools, it's because of finance. These schools are expensive to run.
So it's very
Obviously,
expensive.
they've got
to
to
go
get
for-
premises, they've got to buy things such as sewing machines, they've got to buy tables, they've got to buy chalk, paper, basic fabrics, and people unfortunately cannot afford.
So, Mac,
what
you would
they
say
afford.
skills training, sorry for interrupting, but skills training is a very expensive, would I say, criteria to give skills training, to give that kind of
I would
training.
say
Is
if you're
it
getting a
expen-
very, very, yes, I
for a
think
good standard,
for a
the
very, very
right
good standard, I believe that it is
machinery,
expensive.
equipment, it is
Correct.
expensive. So one,
And it costs the student not only to go to the school,
Yes.
it costs the student to purchase fabrics over and above that. Most of the good schools have fashion shows at the end of the year where they
yes.
must make a certain amount of garments during that year. They sometimes have themes or different types. For example, tailoring is one kind and they have to put 1 or 2 garments in for tailoring. Then they'd have one for evening or cocktail garments.
Yes.
So it gets split up, and there these poor parents have got to pay more and more and more money.
that's right.
So it
to
becomes,
buy all the
it does become an
materials.
expense,
Yes.
and from what I've heard from the ex-owners is that unfortunately less and less people are coming, and it doesn't pay them because it's not only the owner, the people actually have other lecturers coming in as well. For example,
need to be
there
paid
would
as
be
well.
there would be a milliner
That's right.
coming in to teach the ladies and gentlemen how to make a hat.
That's it.
So you're not only getting one person teaching and lecturing, you're getting a few people, and they all need a salary.
That's
So
true.
unfortunately, there are less and less and less schools, and because of the less and less and less schools,
We
there's
have-
less and less and less competition
And new entrepreneurs
amongst,
and
and
new
therefore,
designers.
correct,
And that's
correct.
what
So
we
it
need.
actually leads to a downfall. Unfortunately, the waterfall's going down.
And yeah,
And
that's
it's
not
a
good.
great, great pity because I believe that in South Africa there is a lot of talent
Very much,
in South
very
Africa.
much so.
We've produced some wonderful, wonderful designers, as everybody knows.
But
and
we
it's a
need
pity.
new talent, we need young
Absolutely,
designers.
absolutely. And it would be wonderful if they could reverse this and start creating new schools, but schools that have a standard, a national standard, if possible.
Yeah, or a training centre that's got a national standard.
As long as there would be a national standard, something that people would say, gee, I'm working towards something. In many other professions, there is a national standard.
Yes,
We don't have to mention the professions, there are hundreds of them.
that's it.
But there is a national standard.
And that's very important for the designing
Correct.
and the manufacturing
Absolutely.
industry as well, to
Absolutely.
have a certain
Absolutely.
standard. We would like to thank Mac. Thank you
A
very
pleasure.
much
Really
to
a
have a
pleasure.
small interview with you, and that we know now that we that are fortunate enough to have the skills training, let's make effort with this, let's put seriousness to our skills training and to have the best outcome, because you, the student, are very privileged, as you've heard, to have this program to enroll in and to take part in. So give your very best. The designing world is phenomenal and the sky is the limit, and it depends on you what you will make of this. It all is in your hands.